Hey everyone, and welcome back to Open. I'm Rhina Valentin, your host of Café con Leche for the next hour, encouraging you to get social with us online. That is, tweet us and follow us on Instagram at BronxNet TV and like us on Facebook at Open BronxNet Television. And of course, while you're there, follow moi on Twitter, FB, Instagram, Insta Stories, and LinkedIn at Rhina Valentin. So it is Pride Month, and every year New York City holds its Pride March. But like everything else, due to the pandemic, the actual parade has been canceled. So, in celebration of the 50th anniversary of the New York City Pride March, a virtual rally will be held to help advocate, educate, and celebrate an inclusive future without discrimination. Joining us to tell us more, we welcome New York City Pride Communications Director and Heritage of Pride Executive Board member, Bronx native Maria Colon. Hi, Maria.
Hello, BronxNet. Thank you for having us. We are very honored. NYC Pride is very honored to certainly have a discussion with the Bronx community and certainly continue our service and our commitment to all who certainly serve and are committed to the Bronx and all the boroughs as well. So thank you for having me today.
Well, we're happy to have you. It's almost like a welcome back home.
Yeah, yes, yes, absolutely,
Even though
absolutely.
we're not technically in Lehman, right? Because it's your alma mater. We
Yeah,
represent Lehman as well. So welcome
yeah, I
back.
did.
And thank you for
Thank you.
bringing it to us and our viewers. So let's talk a little bit about just everything that's been on the rise, right? I mean, we've got a lot of inequities and a lot of issues that are being brought into the forefront. Obviously, this has been a battle for quite some years. Let's give a little background on the history of the Pride and where we are now, and how it's kind of loans itself to history almost repeating itself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. As I look at what's happening today and certainly what happened before, a lot of the issues certainly resonate in terms of police brutality, injustices, the trans community, the disrespect of the trans community, and obviously the ignoring of the trans community for that matter, and discrimination and harassment across the board. So when we think about NYC Pride, we really have to go back to basics in terms of the modern gay movement. And it certainly started with the Stonewall Riots in 1969, which certainly lasted for 4 to 5, approximately 4 days, of which Marsha P. Johnson was a catalyst, along with other Black trans women who certainly were very pivotal in that movement and that protest against police brutality and injustices. And so that later led to, a few weeks later led to the Gay Liberation Front forming, and then which later led to a year later creating a Christopher Street Gay Liberation Front Day, which has certainly turned into 50 years later a march, which we commemorate in so many ways. So as we look certainly at its history, we can't not forget certainly what has brought us here to the table, who brought us here, and for that matter, the issues at hand, which are still prevalent and unfortunately things that we continue to fight on the streets as we see it today. And politically, yes, there was an election on Tuesday. I'm sorry, it
Right.
was a political election on Tuesday. And we know that not only is the census and counting ourselves important and in being engaged in that, but also the election year as well. So voice matters and it continues to matter in terms of the collective. So the collective has not changed, but we have to make sure that our demands are met. And as Angela Davis said, we have a certain moment in time to really push this movement forward and make sure that we address the needs and make sure that our youth certainly get the attention that they need in terms of driving and propelling our advocacy in terms of action and actionable items.
Right. So to be clear, right, we're talking about it's the 51st anniversary of the Stonewall Uprising, and it is the 50th year anniversary for the march's commemoration, right? Just
That is
just for
correct.
clarity, so that everybody understands. And the reason I'm saying that is because you guys are going to have this rally on Friday, rather tonight, later tonight, and then there's going to be the parade on Sunday. And the rally almost we could say, loan itself to being that voice of rioting in a different form, right? Because there's a lot of protesting going on, and it's coming from all different angles, and it's just quite frankly unbelievable that we are in this place in the year 2020.
Yes, absolutely. And so, not surprising to me, given the fact that if you've been in New York City, in the South Bronx, in within marginalized communities, you have seen this through experience. And so, and not new to the trans community and others who are certainly continue to fight the fight. What we do need is for change to occur, and for these platforms to really guide us. And in the case of the rally, which is tonight, we do certainly hope to engage on the LGBTQIA plus community,
Mhm.
and really engage in terms of issues and panel discussions which will lend themselves to injustices, immigration, the latest Supreme Court rulings, and what do we do next? How do we go forward? Not only in terms of addressing within our community the discrimination, but outside of it, in terms of leveraging who we are and making sure that we do plan ahead, and we make sure that it's not a compromise no any longer, but it's more so creating change, a change that we can visibly see and we can certainly engage in.
And that's being hosted by trans journalist Ashley Marie Preston and trans actor Brian Michael Smith, right?
That is correct. That is correct. And so, in terms of going forward, I think we're really excited about the lineup, and we're really excited about the offerings, but we understand that it's beyond that, right? It's
Right,
beyond just putting it on paper, because we understand that the gravity, the enormity of the situation, and we
right.
understand that as we do celebrate and we do commemorate history, there is an urgency and agency in terms of making sure that our community voices are heard, and that we address the issues at hand, and that there are things that do change in our society.
Right. And that everybody's activated to make sure they go out and vote. So before we go, let's just share really quickly the details of this year's Pride Parade.
Okay, so the march is on Sunday,
Right.
and
I
it's
should say the March, right? Because it's virtual. I'm like,
so we've gone to virtual, as though we had a big year last year. We want to continue to build upon it. But the march is dedicated, obviously, to the originators, to certainly the history of Pride, and why we march. We march because it's important. And amidst COVID, the social upheavals, and the political climate, we understand that it is an important time for us. So the march is on Sunday, and we hope that tomorrow and Sunday, you certainly get involved in Let's Cheer, which will happen at 1 o'clock. And we are asking for all community members and all LGBTQIA plus allies and friends, and brothers and sisters, to come out for 5 minutes at 1 o'clock each day, to basically voice certainly their commemoration and voice their positive energies towards celebrating the Pride weekend. Sunday again is the march, and ABC will be hosting it starting at 12. And you can certainly watch it through YouTube, Facebook, or Channel 7. ABC has been gracious enough to partner with us for the third year. And we know that this year, like any other year, is important, but we know the urgency of the matter. We understand that Pride, we celebrate Pride. We certainly have more to go, and our involvement in terms of community builds strength, is strength in numbers. So our commitment remains, and our celebrations certainly are worthwhile. So happy Pride Week, happy Pride Month, and certainly our love to all. And we hope that we're celebrating certainly together.
Beautiful. Well said. Thank you so much for being with us. Maria Colon, happy Pride to you. And once again, you guys, the 2020 virtual Pride rally is taking place today, Friday, June 26th, from 5 to 8 p.m. The rally can be streamed via Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook at NYC Pride. And you can also check out the NYC Pride March on ABC. That's happening on Sunday. YouTube, FB, and NYC Pride. That's happening from 12 to 2 p.m. All right, we got to take a quick break, but when we return, we're going to learn about the South Bronx Culture Trail Festival, performances, and virtual events. Do not go anywhere.